What did the pandemic ruin more than we realize? Night shift people lives. Nothing is ever open late anymore. No school on snow days. Price of eating out. It ruined me on traffic. For one glorious year, as an essential worker, I had the roads almost entirely to myself. It was beautiful. I'm not sure if anyone else feels the same way, but my perception of time hasn't really returned back to normal since then. My perception on money. I worked so hard to pay off debt, save up for a new house, get promotions. Now with the rise of housing costs and inflation, I feel like money is literally such a made-up thing. And I have no control over anything, even with all the right decisions. We were never in this together. I feel like everyone is more bitter now. Like we all saw through the sham of society. Time feels different now. Things just feel off compared to pre-2020. I'm in my 40s, but the pandemic really cut the list of friends I socialized with in half. We got out of the habit of seeing one another. And now that things are back to normal, we just made a habit out of not having dinner dates and stuff like that. When I realized this was happening, it made me look back and realize that I was the one who used to plan things and reach out. I made the conscious decision to stop being the one who always reached out, called and texted, and I now see that I'm only in touch with half the people that I used to be. Feels like it's a more to each their own sense of living. People don't appear to be as connected as before the pandemic. Essential versus non-essential employees, better known as those who had to show up physically in person, and those allowed to stay home. Biggest division in the workplace. Mentally, it will never be the same in the workplace. People's driving is so out of whack. My only concern is to make it home in one piece. The lockdowns happened during my last semester of university. I've never had an in-person job, only work from home, which I realize is a blessing but also makes it feel like IDK, like it's not real. I have no work friends. Have never met my supervisor in person. I do all my work from my desk in my room. It feels like pretend. My waistline and my mental well-being. It's my own fault. But I was about 6 months sober and working out daily before COVID. A few days later, half my department and my co-manager are laid off. I'm suddenly working 14-hour days in extremely stressful conditions. Walking my dog and working out took a back seat to a shot or two of Jack to calm my nerves and whatever comfort food I could get from Grubhub. Life is better now, but I haven't quite kicked all the bad habits I gained from those days. Stress affects me differently, and I'm a lot more sensitive to it than I used to be. Any type of 24/7 business is just a memory. Children's education, mental health, coping skills, and socialization. My wife is an elementary educator, and it's shocking how far kids regressed during the pandemic. By almost every measure, this generation of kids is in big trouble. I'm optimistic that the trend will right itself over time, but it's really sad to see. Every holiday for 2020 was on a weekend, except Cinco de Mayo. That was going to be on a Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. It was going to be the best party year ever. Instead, a week before St. Patrick's Day, the world shut down. Honestly, I don't think we've ever reached closure from it, and I don't know that we ever will. I read in a psychology magazine that the human brain changed in 2 years what our brains traditionally change in 10 years. This post's answers verify that. Mental health. I feel in 5+ years we'll be seeing studies showing just how catastrophic it was in these terms. increased polarization of people politically, socially, economically. My social, work life. After living like a hermit for 2 years and working from home, it's taking me a long time to go out like before.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.